Hey everybody, welcome to Materia D&D, where we play D&D our way, and we are up to session 90
Woo.
of this, I don't know, story. Uh, the Menagerie are technically level 10. They're resting right now to make sure that they all have it, I think, if I recall correctly at the end of the last session. Um, Essentially, to keep the recap fairly short, the Menagerie are still dealing with the happenings and the mysteries and the hags of Greenhill, the supposed the remaining coven of the covens and covens that are utilizing the Mother of Bounty and those that believe in her to further their own needs. Um, I know that there has been some plans and some talks of trying to get an exodus to occur. Well, Isos and his network are assisting, as well as messages are being sent to Green Post and uh, the Menagerie's other members who are currently there, such as Grant, Jarcy, and Marb. So we'll see if anything comes of that. However, right now, the Menagerie swapping some magic items around, getting prepared for the days to come or the day to come, having a revelation that there is more and more that is going on that it wasn't obvious, such as the compost piles, the uh, the teleportation network, and so much more, are coming together this evening to plan, to plot, to figure out, and well, see what the day brings. So, with that note, unless if there's something that someone thinks is extremely important to add to the recap, we will go basically just say that, unless if someone has something that they wanted to bring up during their watches, uh, yeah, it'll probably be with you guys starting in the morning at some point, or at least we'll start with Sej starting his last shift as he greets the sun to make y'all breakfast, if that's the plan.
I think that's the plan.
Sounds good.
Okay.
As I make breakfast, I'm not outside making breakfast, but as the sun comes through like the windows or wherever we're at. Where were we again? We're at the
Fish
we're
processing.
yeah, Barchester. Yeah.
Yeah.
So whatever windows are in this like place, if the sun starts peeking through while things are cooking, I'll take a moment to go look at the sun for a moment. Not too long to ruin the food, obviously.
All right, nice.
Didn't we give him the ladle?
You
Yes,
guys
I
did.
have the ladle.
Yes, so he is spending the morning kind of attuning to it in the process. I'm assuming making y'all a narcotic meal. Because let's just be honest, that ladle will only roll ones from this day forward. So,
It's
are
currently
you?
in my hands now, so maybe.
Yes, we know how much Sej enjoys the idea of not being completely within his senses. So,
Yeah, I quite enjoyed your ones.
mhm, mhm,
Not that Sesh would verbally like be out with that
yeah.
at least right now, but
So I will
wasn't too
say,
strange to him.
yeah. So Sej, since you are the one that's up and you are getting familiar with your, two new items, go ahead and roll me a d6 for your wand. So as you're like greeting the sun and feeling the bond uh affix itself with the wand.
Are you a druid today? No, cleric.
Cleric, oh god.
Oh yeah,
Well,
nice.
I mean, it's so basically, uh, the wand, it gets warm in the sunlight as it's kind of started creeping through, and you kind of come with the realization that it'll assist you to delve deeper in some of the clerical arts that you don't typically have access to. So Yeah, basically, I think if I remember right, you can cast any cleric spell that has a casting action of 1 or less, and it's got
It's
4 charges.
as on description, it's cantrips
Yes,
that
so that's what I mean. Yeah, yeah,
constitute taking an action, not bonus action.
gotcha. Yeah, or yeah. So, basically, enjoy. You have pretty much access to almost all of the cleric cantrips for the day. However, it is 4 times through the wand. So, and then if you want to, if you are expending food stuff and the ladle to empower the meal, go ahead and roll me another d6, I guess.
What? What? Aw.
Ooh,
Hey!
he's the opposite. Okay, so this is
Oh,
special. So, I don't remember if it's like you get to choose or you
I think
roll
it's you get
twice.
to choose.
I think
I get to choose.
choose
Okay.
one.
no. I think the
Oh, it is roll twice. Never mind.
yes. So yeah, you got Epicurean. So roll twice, 2 more, and choices. If you roll a duplicate or a 6, then you get to choose the benefit. So go ahead and roll a 2d6 now.
Just roll 2 1s.
Oh,
Oh.
almost.
Oh
So you
Lord.
can
So
choose
that
one if you want.
No, 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 no. I'm not gonna willingly poison people.
well here. So no, you still get each effect can be chosen only once. So you get essentially you get both. You get like the hallucinogenic food, but you also get like super comforting, mellow, chill hallucinogenic food.
Oh, I misread. So the choosing part is only for the duplicates.
hmm
Okay. So it actually is
hmm
both.
Yeah, you get both. So essentially, whoever gets to eat gets to do the wisdom save, and then each creature that consumes the food prepared by the ladle benefits from 4 hours of rest rather than 8 hours of rest in the next 12 hours. So we'll see if you are able to utilize that to your advantage, maybe, because you guys
But you
do
still
get a
can't
long
do a
rest.
long rest within another 24 hours, right? I think.
I mean, there needs to be a window of time. It depends kind of how extraneous you guys have had your day.
Yeah.
Like if you guys push it and like really hard for 8 hours, right? There's really not something that says like, no, you can't take a long rest. However, yeah. But anyways, you guys don't know the effects yet. Only upon eating it and letting it sit in your system for a while. So, Sej, is there any particular visual you wish to add to your cooking with the ladle, or what rations are you using?
Nothing really comes to mind.
Okay.
Other than I don't really know what I would make with a ladle anyway, other than I would be utilizing some kind of large pot and
Mhm.
cooking stove or something in that like fish
Yep.
house.
Understood.
But hopefully like I don't know,
I got you.
just
I
cooking.
got you. Don't worry. I got you. I got the visual. You trust me. I'm a chef. I know how to do this.
Yeah.
So, interestingly enough, as says you go and you're thinking about like making like a stew or a soup, and you're looking at some of the potted and available fish here, which you get the sense that Barchester isn't gonna, you know, tell anybody if you use some of the fish.
He's
So
assuming we're gonna give him some. Yeah, of course.
yeah,
Even though
exactly.
it's been a bad experience.
No, he
Right.
actually was fine. I think, right? Every time.
He was one time bad.
Okay.
He was good 2 times, one time bad. But he doesn't necessarily know it was food.
It's not gonna like dog's not gonna refuse food. Come on.
Yeah. And you kind of set up your thimble, right? That magic thimble that you got, and you make it a large pot, expanding it, and then just you naturally wanting to greet the sun, you prepare, and the rays of light are coming through the windows and the cracks in the building, and that light as you're starting to cook starts to like not super heat, but like walk heat up the thimble that's in the size of a giant bowl, and you start like stir frying and start tossing the fish and everything. And you basically, for like the first time in a while, rather than having like a soupy type of meal, says you add some flair to it, and you basically fry up some delicious, delicious fish in the morning, using some of the natural oils and fats and all that, and using the ladle to just kind of baste the fish in its own natural juices. So you get some textural difference in the morning.
Very nice.
Yep, yep. So it is absolutely comforting and it's like per the ladle, hallucinogenic. So, all right, boys. Smells really good. In fact, most of you that are sleeping and start waking up, you kind of wake up more to the sounds of this, the skin of the fish and the flesh of the fish starting to crisp up and fry up, and it's a different smell and it smells good. It smells enticing and savory, and it sounds exciting. So, Rock will kind of.
Do I also I'm not sure if you took care of this. I don't remember exactly. The missing HP on my character sheet. Do I
No,
need to do
because
any more rolls for
actually,
that?
no, I'm gonna use your retroactive rolls. So don't worry, because we got it, and this would be that morning where I would have asked you to do the roll.
Right. Okay.
And you, because I'm not gonna take away your good rolls from you, because we didn't know when you would be available.
Okay.
However, um, unless if you want to, like, just roll it naturally, and then just,
No, I got a pretty good roll first right off the bat, and I'm gonna keep
yeah,
it. You know.
yeah, I figured. All right, so go ahead. So essentially, roll your con save. You rolled I think it was a 19, and then you rolled a 20. If I remember the ordering.
I think the first one was a 20, and then
Okay,
it was a 19,
okay,
and then it was a shitty roll after
yeah.
that.
So you get another success. So I got your success tracked. Because of the nature of the success being natural 20, go ahead and roll a d6.
Come on. I think high. Let's go.
Yes, you want high.
Oh yay!
Yay!
Okay, so
D6s are my friend today.
all
Yeah.
right. I will on your character sheet. Let me refresh. Make sure I'm on what you're on. I will set your missing hit points. You are only missing 3 of your maximum hit points now. So
Okay,
you
fantastic.
should be 88 out of 91 if you refresh. And then on the ladle, go ahead and when you go to the item, there's a charge. Go ahead and mark off the charge since you imbued it with the magics.
Got it.
Cool. All right, boys. It smells really good as you guys are starting to wake up, and Barchester is just
So we're now
there. And
officially 10, right? And we're officially long rest.
you are officially.
Yay!
Yes.
Hallelujah.
And we can do all of our recharge slash roll, like morning
Oh,
rolls and shit.
sure. Yes, that is something that needs to be done. Okay. So, Al, the whip is good. Uh,
Um,
Greed gets Hans gets his charge back if you don't have, and the chime is good to go. I don't think you've used it, right?
mhm.
Horn is good to go. I really don't think you have
That's
anything else.
everything. Yeah.
Okay. Um,
Mask's
yeah.
good. I need to find more dead people.
Yep, yep. Need more dead people. All right, so Davis,
Uh,
Hearthguard recharges,
recharges, yep.
Trinket
I
recharges,
gotta roll my
totem.
totem.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know what that is. Let's see. Is that Owl's Wisdom? Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm a
Nice.
wise man.
Who's the wise man? Dregnar. I don't think. Yeah, the fickle coin is recharged if you had it, and the pouch that is holding the heartstone is cold to the touch, but it is recharged. So you should have 4 charges on that.
I will say at
Sweet.
some point this morning, like when I'm checking my stuff, I will habitually like look for that and be like, oh, right.
Mm. Yeah, lent it out. Karos. Nothing. Actually, I gotta see, did the changes take place on your? So I was editing the the feat that we made that lets you get
Mm-hmm.
the maneuvers, and it didn't. Like, what the hell? Like, it doesn't. It didn't update your list yet. I could like, I if I look at it in my creations, the list is completely different.
That
It's
sucks.
not
I see. Hang on. Let me read through it. Because
for me.
mine, I feel like it's different. I've got riposte. I've got
Okay, yes,
disarming
yes.
strike.
Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sweet.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
and
Hooray!
menacing instead of the other one. So yeah, okay, yeah, that looks good.
Okay. So distracting, evasive, menacing, quick toss, tactical assessment, distracting strike, or disarming strike, and riposte. Cool. Yeah, nice. It did work.
It just takes a while sometimes. I hate it.
Yeah. I don't know what gets cached, but something
Yeah,
must
it's
be.
weird.
Okay. I guess since Rock is not here, and I know Karos doesn't have any items that recharge, whoever wants to, I guess, I'll let Karos do it because he didn't get to roll anything. Go ahead and roll me a D10.
This is for the engine.
A D10.
Yeah,
All
this is
right.
for Rock's.
You'll also have to do his long rest though, Adam. Just don't
I
forget.
will, yeah, yeah. So again, so a little point of reference, especially for like Karos and Sej, Rock, amongst his collection of other things that, like his pot, flowers on his back, his little oracle scrying gem, his like little treasure chest, like all the things that you see that are just strapped to his shell. The one thing that he has with him that never seems to be locked down or tied up is this like crystalline glass sphere that seems to have like this metal braiding and woven throughout all of it in the center of it. And it just basically just freely floats and circles around his head, his staff, goes around his waist, goes through his arms. It just kind of slowly drifts and orbits as it sees fit. So, yeah,
So 1D10.
yeah, 1d10. 8.
Ocho.
Okay, so he has again he gets this one a lot. So he has subtle spell for the day. So he knows the meta magic thanks to the engine that is transmute spell. So he can change the element of it if it's acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder, do any of those. And then he also has subtle spell. So and the other thing that I need you to roll is 2d20 to see what his portents are. If you'd be so kind.
I'm gonna
Laptop
roll.
for studying if you
I'm
feel
gonna
like it.
roll them separately because I feel like it's more significant. A 7
Ooh.
and a
And
Eh.
5. Two
okay.
failures potentially.
Yeah,
Potentially.
potentially. Good chances for failures. Okay. Uh, nice. All right. So I will mark them down somewhere. I don't know if we want to just as a group mark them down somewhere since CJ's not here. I will just message CJ. CJ. Okay, so engine equals 8. Portent equals 5 and 7. Okay, cool. Cool. So yeah, that is his stuff. And then said we did you in the morning because you were greeting the sun. I feel like I'm missing somebody. No? Dragnar, we did. Okay, yeah, no, cool. Nice.
I was about to ask what did Al roll for his wand, but it's not his wand anymore. And then I remembered.
Mm-hmm.
I've missed too many bells. I'm done with it.
Yeah. You
Me
had too
and
many wimpy
will
bells.
never synchronize. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Okay. All right, Menagerie. You guys all, as you guys kind of come stir to consciousness, it's pretty early. Just because of how, the nature of Sedge's rituals in the morning and the nature of what he was cooking. It did produce quite a bit of sound and obviously very delicious smells. So you all obviously did get your long rest. Um, However, it is probably a little bit earlier than you were expecting on waking up.
Yeah. It's early, but it's good. We need to get going early. We need to get started, right? We're gonna try and get some people out first. I forget. It's such a day yesterday. What are we doing? We're trying to get some people going. Once they start getting out of town, then we head to the thing and burn the tree and then pick a fight. Is that what we're doing?
Absolutely. But first, I plan on eating.
Oh yeah, that smells great. Thanks.
Not a bad idea for me to hold on to this ladle. I find it pretty handy. Hopefully it's good. It smells good.
I mean, it always smells good. It's just hopefully now that Dregnar's not touching it, we're not going to be regretting it.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
It's also kind of nice. I've never really, well, it's kind of embarrassing, but I've never really had to cook for myself. But it's nice to have something to do when watching the sun rise.
So, who would cook for you?
Hmm. Not sure.
Like food
More
just showed
so
up?
like food just kind of showed up when I was ready to eat. Yes.
You'll see a look of complete and utter confusion on Greg's face. Like, what?
I think
Yeah,
can
he's
I don't want to like notice Dreg's face automatically. Can I roll something to see if I do see it for some
it'd be
roleplay
insight
flair?
check. Yeah, insight. Reading drag. Yeah, Dregnar the quite opposite had to literally forage for his own food for half of his life. You know, Sage is just food just kind of magically appeared whenever I was hungry.
I was very well doted upon.
Yeah, I knew kids like you.
Yeah.
But yes, absolutely. It takes a
Yeah,
little
this,
bit.
this concept is completely beyond my capability.
Yes. It's not so much that you understand like what the failure to connect the dots in Pridenar. It's just more of like you just get he just looks utterly lost by your statement. Just,
It's also morning, so like like uh like the little girl in Monsters Inc. Like what?
Oh, nice.
Um, Noticing his face kind of being lost, I'll kind of just explain out loud to everybody, not trying to lead on like I noticed him or anything. Well, I didn't have to ask too much for any necessities back at home. More like when it was time to eat, um, I lived in a temple, like you all know, and we're there for other duties, not to find what's next to eat. That aspect of survival was not for us at that time. Not like now. So it's very new.
I assume it was a sun temple, something like that. To
Yeah.
what do you call what do you call the sun again?
Surya.
Surya. That's what. Okay.
In
Saruman.
yeah. Inner
Saruman's eye is
city.
following. Well, that's Sauron's
Inner
eye.
city, I lived in a temple atop a rock in the middle of the city. I didn't go out to experience the city too much. And right in the middle of the temple, there was an open area that peaked during the middle of the day, where the sun was at its highest, would be almost on fire. It's it's a temple to the sun, dedicated to the sun. That's where I'm from.
just rock will be like, huh. But if food just kind of shows up, where's the fun in? I mean, I like just getting lost in the woods and saying like, "Ooh, mushroom." He kind of goes for the mushroom.
He eats flowers
Good,
too, just so you know.
good fish, by the way. Really like it. Nice crispy texture. I didn't know you could make crispy with a ladle.
Neither did I. I got kind of lost while looking through the window, and it smelled good, so I kept going. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to cook for myself
must
more
have-
often.
Yeah, for a first effort.
He must
did
have
good.
learned that from the magic food that just shows up.
I mean,
I
it
mean-
was not magic. It was
Yeah.
more like not. We were acolytes, and it wasn't our duty to cook.
The more you
Let's say
explain,
the eyes
the
are
more
just glazing,
confused he
aren't they?
looks.
As soon as he
So-
said acolytes, I'm like, Dregnar is just like wide-eyed and lost, I'm sure.
Because you got to realize Dreg grew up in a temple as well, but not that kind of temple. He's like, what?
We're more of an inner city temple.
That's a T-shirt right there. We're more of an
Yeah, there you go. There's your T-shirt. It's more of an
Jeez.
inner city temple.
I think Karos would probably like give a Sedge like a clasp on the shoulder and just kind of say something along the lines of, learning to provide for yourself is one of the best things someone can do. There's nothing quite like being able to make sure that you have a good meal at the end of a long day. It kind of
Yeah.
because he kind of respects that, like that aspect of bettering yourself.
Yeah. Rock will still be like, yeah, but that was part of the mystery, right? You go up to a plant and you're like, are you a delicious dragon lily or are you a deadly white jade? And you eat it, and then you get sick. And you realize I really shouldn't have eaten that. But you learn.
I kind of took a little bit of that responsibility on when I left the temple in the first place. It wasn't exactly planned. I struck out on my own, knowing it would be difficult, and knowing that there would be a lot of news such as this. I'm just glad I'm not going to get sick, hopefully.
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 Well, I will partake of the fish, the crispy fish stew, whatever
The
it
fish
is.
fry. It's essentially a fish fry.
And when I go up there, I'm going to kind of look at Sej and look at it and give it a little sniff.
I mean, you know what it does. Ladle makes things just smell absolutely delicious.
When he sniffs it, I'm going to take a
Yeah,
bite.
I know.
Just to give him some security. If we both go down,
We're going down together kind of thing.
yeah,
I get that. I respect that.
I'll eat it first so everybody can respect that.
Pebble will kind of fly over and take a little peck out of it, eat it as well, just enjoy it. And that'll be enough for Rock to chow down. And like you see that it's a very different, it's a crunch, crispy crunch. It's a very nice textural experience for all of you that haven't had a proper non-stew or non-overly dried ration in forever. So
Even still,
Cool.
Davis is just wolf.
Hey, nobody died.
They also just wolf the shit out of it and then start putting his armor on. He wants to get ready and get going.
I'll be honest, Dregnar. The stuff you made was an experience, and my mind's a little fatigued from experiencing. It was tasty, though.
I'm pretty sure the thing's cursed against dwarves. Well, maybe it's cursed against whatever the hell I am. 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
not a dwarf, am I?
You're like a thing that was just appeared or something. It looks like a dwarf.
Well, let's not give me too much credit. What if it's just plain cursed?
No, because Al did good stuff with it.
It was
Yeah,
pretty
Grant-
good a few times. I did.
Yeah, Grant on the regular made totally fine stuff.
Made those crackers palatable.
Yeah. You guys never met him, but I think you've heard us talk about him. But yeah, he was kind of our cook for a
Oh
while.
yeah. The crackers kept us alive, but good lord.
Yeah, in the middle of the swamp where there's like very few edible things. But
Rock would be like, yeah, you would happily drink swamp water just to make the law bearer crackers a little bit more palatable.
Was it just communion wafer soup?
Basically.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But a lot of it, like a lot of communion wafers, so
Well, at the least, I can declare that it'll be at least more tasty.
oh, it's much more tasty for sure.
Oh, this is great.
I'm gonna look for like a small bowl and like whatever. I'm sure there's like any kind of bowl and set down a little bit for Barchester.
I mean, you guys have mess kits as well, so yep, able to find a little vessel. Barchester kind of walks up, tails a wagon, scarfs it, looks at you.
Man, I thought he would never shut up last night. He was just going and going and
Yeah,
going.
I gotta talk to him again. So I'm gonna start my 10-minute spell or my cast of Speak with Animal.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can hear Barchester half the time. I was out with Esos last night. He was going at it. He was still going at it when I got back. Like an hour, over an hour later.
Yeah, so he's. I think I went back to sleep, so he's fully on board with trying to get everybody out of here, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah. He's definitely for the plan.
nice.
At least
Hope
what
he knows we're
piece
getting
me
an
and
early
you
start.
have. Well, it seemed like his men were already at work at that point, and we both told each other we probably weren't going to get a lot of sleep. So I'm sure he's gotten. If he's not up early, he at least got a lot done. I would think.
Yeah.
But did I get to tell you all about the shack with the portals, the runes? We did figure that out yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I was able to make it a two-way door. Took a lot more time than I thought, but and of course, him being who he is, he can read Draconic, and he helped decrypt some of it. Uh, so we read through a few of the runes inside of the windowless house, the tower. Couldn't find anything obvious like lake or outside the city wall or anything like that. Everything was study, library, pantry. It was non-descriptive, I'd say. Um, I was gonna try and whip up a couple parchments and, if I have time, see if I can open a couple more of those for them to use today. Aside from the stomach turning, I feel like it's safe. No, it's definitely safe for anybody to go through. So we might be able to use it to help the people.
Oh. Did
But
any of them leave somewhere like outside the city, or to the outskirts?
not that we could tell. I was I just had one emergency bit of magic left in me for the day. Uh, so I couldn't unlock any other ones. We just had to read them and try our best from that. But I think we're just gonna have to roll the dice today and see which ones. Because I can only do. I feel like I can only do two or three at most. But it was really cool getting to spend more time with Isos. He reminds me of Marb quite a bit. You know, those underground kind of people. But it was kind of cool. He told me that, you know, everywhere he's been, it always starts getting crazy, and he's always got to jump town. He didn't say how many times, but he said most of his life. But he said for this town, he felt like staying. He felt inclined for some reason. So I feel like he's turning over a new leaf. You know, he's real helpful to us. He's maybe he really likes the town or something, and actually wants to save it. I don't know, I thought that was really cool. Whereas I fully trust Mar, but I feel like he is almost like a Cree or something. They just, you know, they would live by.
Uh,
Yeah, looking forward to working with him some more today.
Rock will be like, ah, and I think, you know, uh, I can definitely maybe lend a hand with the teleportation stuff. I mean, Al's good with magic. I'm good with magic.
Oh no, that'd be a
Magic.
great help.
Sounds good.
You're really fast at learning the writing stuff too. Maybe you can even help with that piece. Yeah, yeah. Thanks. Do we have much time before we hit the road? We can get a head start on those.
It's still quite early, but I'm as ready as ever. I'm feeling quite rested, like I just shook off something.
Actually, yeah, I'm feeling way better than I did when I first woke up.
If I'm being honest with you, I'm ready to end this thing for Green Hill.
Hell yeah.
It's a good day for it.
Um, I guess I should ask then. Okay. Um, yeah. So like the picture, it's fairly early morning. However, you will all, um, Barchester will probably notice it first, and walk over to the door and just kind of start scratching before Dragnar you're able to complete your spell. Because I think it's just on you, right, that you cast it, not on the animal. So
Correct.
yeah, and then it'll come into completion, and he'll be scratching the door. There's your friend coming. Yup, friend.
Who?
Mm, the scaled one. And smell him.
Oh, Isos.
That's the one. You hear him say it in his way. Easel, easel, easel.
I'd be like, Isos is coming, guys.
It's kind of scratches at the door again.
I guess he gets an earlier start too.
Hey Al, how does this wand work?
Ooh, that thing's a lot of fun. So I usually like to keep it in my offhand. You do have to have it as a focus on hand at all times. Just when you're using it. Um, but you kind of feel it's not knowledge. It's just kind of magical energy, but it kind of belongs to something, somebody. I think most days mine felt either I don't know, healing, kind of sharing. It reminded me of actually kind of the kind of stuff you and Grant. Maybe it's cleric. I'm not 100% sure how it works, but
Well,
other days it reminded me of
holding it was
Talisar.
quite warm, and then it felt like a sudden borrowed knowledge. It felt like it's a few things make sense on how to use it when I hold
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that sounds about right. But then I don't know. I was able to really concentrate. Our knowledge is really good because there's just all these things I've seen a few of, but there's way more than that. My favorite was the bell. I think I've seen Rock and old friend Grant cast that a lot, and it's I don't know. It's kind of musical. It's pretty devastating. I never got the hang of it, but it was still fun. But yeah, you just kind of I don't know. It kind of links with you, and you can kind of feel the spells. Yeah, I'm sure you'll pick up on it pretty fast, but it's weird to describe. Haven't had to do that before.
Well, when it comes to it, I think it'll make sense when it needs to. Hopefully.
Mhm,
This weird sensation it being warm, though.
mhm. Actually, it did seem to change. Its knowledge. I'd say at the rising of the sun. Maybe maybe you'll connect to it better than I was able to.
I'm gonna put it confidently in like a safe place in like my belongings. Did they say Isos was here? And I'm gonna kind of catch up with and see what's going on there.
Yeah, Sej just kind of walk up to the door. Barchester just kind of scratching at it. Mm,
I'll open the door.
yeah, and as you kind of open the door, it's almost like you get to where Isos is just about to knock. He's like, "Oh, um, good morning," and he's flanked on either side by Goliath that you recognize and Drow that you recognize.
One of them was like pretty gravely injured, right? Was it Buckley?
Buckley, yeah.
Okay.
And you can see like uh, as you kind of like hear, he's like, "Well, good to see you up already. I knew that probably the anxiousness of the day was not gonna let much of us sleep anyways." Uh, Zork will kind of look over, he's like, "Hello, hi guys, hi." And you'll see kind of Buckley kind of pipe up, is like, "Hi, hi."
Hey, good to
Yeah,
see you guys. Ha, have you been in town this whole time, or did y'all just get back in?
no, I've been so I've been staying over at Esos's main hub, well, making
Okay.
sure Buckley would be okay. And Buckley basically said that if he was going to stay underground one more day, he was going to stab people. So we decided to let him
Hey,
go
we
this
could use
morning.
that today potentially,
Um, eh, I,
or just help people get out of town. That's the other option.
yeah, I was trying to make it, but they understood that I was going insane. Like everything still hurts, but I, I needed a change of visual.
Well, you look
Staring at the top of a black room is very, very tiring.
actually. How does Buckley look? I was gonna say Buckley looks good, but
He looks, if you say he looks good, it's being nice to him,
fair
you
enough.
know. He, he's pale, especially for being, of his drowned lineage. His eyes are, kind of sallow. He looks like someone that's been fighting at this point, like, fighting a really bad cold for like 2 weeks. It just won't go away. Anyway.
Cool. Glad to have you, bud.
Mm. So and they kind of like they walk in with you guys and say, "So I'm here. Just I'm here." Then Isos will say, all right. Messages have been sent. Words have been put out that to try to corral people, get them convinced that it's time to potentially leave. But honestly, we still haven't figured out exactly how we're gonna get so many people out, right? Have you guys had any ideas? Because the river is, you know, an option, but difficult.
Is the road still too treacherous?
I mean, the the city has always been patrolled and encompassed by the giants and the faithful. I mean, that hasn't changed, right? Like, it is an internment. I don't think we can do too much to change that. So,
So we need to help poke a hole in the defenses, I think, right?
Well, how fast can we get a word out? Because once things happen for us, once we start burning, it's not going to stop for some time, and we're going to cause quite a ruckus, and I'm sure the heaviest of their response will be centered at us. They're going to have to, at least.
but but the burning was a sign of. I thought,
Time to
wait,
flee.
that's not the original message.
I'm just spouting ideas. Pay me no mind if it doesn't align.
No, it's understood, but uh, the the problem with the burning is that it was originally set up to be a message and Rockle button. Yeah, a message to like rally and fight, right?
Right.
So yeah, exactly. The message has been basically that those that'll listen is that it is time to find a way to leave for the the we spread a rumor that the faithful are about to get a lot more strict and be a lot less lenient to those that are just walking along and playing by the wayside. They are going to force people to, well, prove their devotion.
I
So,
just fear of people that get involved not knowing how dangerous it could be. I would be ashamed to lose most of Green Hill trying to defend their home. I'd love to have people at least return home.
uh, hopefully there will be enough of a home for them to return. Yes, I mean, we don't know what's happening. You guys are spouting about hags and killing people's harvesting souls. I was just, you know, trying not to arouse too much concern, but more of a reasonable message to get people to be ready to leave.
Yeah, we don't want them to be scared, but we want them to have a sense of urgency, I think. Maybe a little scared. Maybe a little scared's okay. But yeah, so I mean, you know this place better than we do. What we can use us as your weapon of choice if you want to throw us at some particular exit point where we can either cause a distraction and make it so that somebody else can somewhere else they can leave, or if we can just poke enough of a hole that people can start getting through.
Truthfully, it'd be probably best to
Hmm.
get that
Well, to
distraction.
orchestrate people a safe passage out, is Marb still contactable? Perhaps he could help.
Oh no, we definitely we sent word down to Green Post and during the night, so they're they should be well aware of the idea, but we stress them not to enter the city,
Right.
right? Like we have allies on the outskirts that
But
know
so was the word for them to be ready to receive people and maybe even kind of help those who do get out?
exactly. It
Okay.
is to lead them, well, to gather them, make sure that they're not being followed, and to do with it as possible to get them somewhere safe. It is not necessarily reasonable for them to just immediately escort them down to, well, the
Right.
one bastion of the, um, there is, of course, you must understand, there is a likelihood of that some of the actual true message has been intercepted by others, right? We spread
Understood.
messages, we try to be careful, but who knows?
Yeah, you can't both reach messages far and wide and not also reach some of your enemies in attempting to do so. That just doesn't work.
Oh, um, but yes, I believe if we were to, there are points that obviously have weaker spread and coverage. Um, However, again, I believe any sizable movement would relatively quickly be spotted and raise concern and some sort of,
Oh, we're gonna raise their concern today no matter what.
okay,
We just want to do
uh,
it in a way that puts the least amount of people at risk and gives the best chance for people to get out.
This is a fight for their very own existence. They did not ask for their own existence, but they've been stomped out before. We're coming for we're coming for their lives today. So they're going to have to answer to something.
For a guy who gets food just appearing in front of him, that's pretty brave, pretty powerful stuff. I like it.
I'm not without my own powers.
Oh, I'm aware. It's just so a lot of the time, the people I've seen with your sort of upbringing, don't really have that sort of dedication and strength of will to be willing to put themselves in the harm's way. So it's very admirable. I like it. I'm impressed.
I'll look out the window and say, I learned from the best. And I really hope my brother is doing well.
Tru- Truthfully, Ezos, it's like, you know, we're there's a fair number of us that are ready to, well, assist in the distraction more than anything. You know, get those that can't participate in any type of defense effort out first. But I don't know.
I mean, he says today's gonna be bloody one way or another. That's just what's gonna happen.
Understood.
We just want it to be the right blood and only the necessary blood, hopefully.
And kind of through this conversation, you guys will also be hearing kind of Barkchester kind of going. Dregnar, what conversation are you having with Bark?
Just trying to figure out what he found out last night about what we had talked about and any other information concerning the hags or just whatever he was able to glean.
Mhm. Well, you see, the network says that something is definitely strange. Uh, they speak of, well, seeing hooded figures throughout town all night, marking territories, getting getting almost, I don't know how to explain, but getting things colored, getting things, but it looked like they were claiming. I don't know. Human actions are weird. Um, However, they also mentioned that, and I picked this up too, the smell in the air is something, mm-mm, not good. It actually makes it kind of difficult to maybe follow individual, as there is just a lot of stench, un uncomfortable stench, dark stench. I'm sorry. It is what we know. It is it, it is something is coming. Yes, for sure. Never.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Mm, never like this before in town.
Yeah. I'll ask him particularly about the piles.
Mhm.
Uh, like how far do they stretch? Do they encompass the entire town? If he knows that.
Their piles have been since I was pup. Uh, Amount of piles have definitely increased. Size increased. Uh, Smell from piles increased.
Okay, I'm gonna tell him. Um, you probably don't want to be here today because something bad is going to happen. You and your
Well,
friends, your network may want to leave.
but we protect our people.
We're going to get them to leave as well.
Then we help get them to leave.
Really? Okay. How would you do that?
And just starts doing like the big old sad puppy eyes. Easily manipulated.
Okay.
Oh man,
Okay.
get this dog some soup.
I kind of chuckle. And then I will pass on to everybody what he passed on to me.
Okay. Uh, there is enough food, right? One, two, three, four. Yeah. Um, hell yeah, they couldn't resist the food. That works. All right. While they're having this conversation, of course, Isos, Buckley, and Zork will be like, "Do you smells really good? Do you mind
Yeah,
finishing
no,
for me?"
definitely. I think there's plenty.
Yeah. Okay. So
It's
they
best not to waste it, please. Be my guest.
okay. I'll eat it. All right. Just for the sake of it, because conversations in the morning, yada yada. Go ahead and y'all give me your wisdom saves, and whoever wants to roll for Barky, go ahead and roll that d20 and let me know.
I'll roll for rock.
Okay.
Rock saves 18.
Okay. Says you're fine. Buckley. Buckley is not fine. Isos and Zork are fine. Al, welcome to Hallucination Town.
Hey, Rock, can you help me with these teleportation scrolls?
Oh, add
Didn't you-
add 4 to
Yeah,
that because I forgot to add the resistance, the
yeah, you're
resilience.
fine. Yeah, you're fine, Dragnar. Davis, you're fine. Rock is fine. Sej is fine. Uh, so what do I need? I need Karos. I need.
Is this for the fish?
Mm-hmm.
Stew, yeah.
Oh no, Karo still is not.
Oh,
He,
anything
he
for
may have he may have given the clasp on the shoulder of like learning to cook is a good thing because
But I
he
ain't eating that
appreciates
shit.
people, but then he went into the corner and ate his ration himself.
Smart.
He's like, on that note, I'm going to also look out for myself.
Yeah.
In the corner.
I too am self-sufficient.
I will yeah, I'll mark off
Mark
one of
off.
my rations here.
Perfect. And then someone roll for Barky, if you'd be so kind. Actually, you know what, Karos, you roll for Barky, because you're not
For
rolling for
Barky.
yourself. Yeah, Barchester. Roll d20, I'll add his bonus. Poor,
Ooh.
poor Barchester. He's gonna
Aw.
be all boom. He does like the
He
puppy
doesn't have
eyes.
a he doesn't have a +4 wisdom. Come on.
Nah,
He's been around. He knows
He's a
things.
wise dog.
he's a wise dog, but he's not proficient in wisdom saves.
Oh, that's true.
That's the
He's
thing.
not a +4 wisdom naturally. Come on.
You mean a no?
Isn't it a
An
15 DC?
Yeah, it's 15.
Yeah.
an 18 wisdom.
Yeah, 18 wisdom. Come on.
Yeah, on a
Same as like our cleric.
yeah, right. Um, but no, so yeah, it's Al, Barchester, Dregnar, and Buckley. Start to feel like a little.
Not
Um,
me.
nope, Dregnar, you're good.
I thought you said Dragnar.
If I did, my mistake. Al, Barchester,
What's it?
and Buckley. Yeah, I
Oh,
might have.
Buckley. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So
God, poor Buckley.
yeah, he's already got a weakened state, so it's pretty easy for him to play. Crispy, man, nice texture. Good, good, good. All right.
But they just started eating, so it probably won't set in for
Yeah,
them for a while. Yeah.
exactly. There's like an hour basically after you guys. Okay. So, uh, Isos will say, so I have people ready to start, you know, we did our best. Hopefully we convinced enough people that, there's a the word is there's a remnant of the Adventurers League that is going to get people out to safety.
Good.
So
It'd be
we had
good to
some
see
over.
them.
Oh, I don't think we're gonna see them today, not unless we are triumphant.
Well, there's the thing. A lot of them passed away, right?
True.
So we did get our hands on quite a fair number of the dog tags. So we got quite a few people uh using those who try to get, play the part, and they are they've been in hiding trying to help the city. And if I'm not mistaken, most of you have tags as well.
Yep.
So
I'll pull mine out and just be like, yep.
yeah.
Kind of washing dishes in the corner, listening in.
Yeah.
gonna chime in for what Isos was saying. Isos, sometimes all we need to do is our best. And you've been doing more than that for Green Hill at large.
Oh, thank you. I mean,
So no matter how you do today, all you're doing is your best.
we all benefit from having a green home.
Green Hill would be proud.
Hmm. So, um,
Adam,
well,
can I ask you to move your mic a little closer? You're still really quiet.
were you
Yeah, thank you.
better?
Yes.
Sorry about that, guys. Very well. Thor, Buckley, and I will continue making sure people are in, well, position and ready to receive those that will heed the word. Uh, Again, we do expect there to be some semblance of potential intervention or conflict just for the sake that, you know, we spread the word quickly, not uh
Not cautiously.
exactly.
Yeah, that's better.
So
So where do you
I don't
think we would be best served in helping you guys, or should we just go pick a fight with the hags? Just to
Dregnar's head perks up.
Ah,
fight. I know that.
it is honestly, if you wish to escort, that's great. If you wish to continue investigate, I don't know what all you need to still do. Believe, and he looks over to Al. I believe Al was going to try to find a way to use the network that he showed me, or the tower, the teleportation. I
Hmm.
don't know if that is something we can use to get people to leave. Essentially, we have until well, until the sun is at the center of the sky, because that was the message before
Then what?
people. Well, that's when people will be expecting for the Adventurers League to help escort them out.
Gotcha.
Do we want to give these guys if they our dog tags? That way they have more Adventures League with ESOS people.
For honestly, we have, sad to say, we have quite the collection. Uh, it's up to you. I mean, I don't know if we would actually even get any benefit from any more. Pretty
No,
much all my, yeah, like even Zork will kind of lift his like, yeah, they even got me some. So, mm.
so I guess the big thing I'm looking at Davis and the rest of the guys. I guess the big thing now is do we want to start off with like little small attacks on the temples, or do we just want to walk to the middle of town and start busting people's heads up?
Well, could we use that transit network to kind of get people who may be in the middle of town further out?
Oh, definitely. But I'm thinking just because we fought two of the hags on separate occasions, if they get word that we're doing stuff, they may send more forces to us, which means there's less people to try to catch people leaving.
I'm down. I'm ready to fight. Hell yeah.
I'm not too adverse to making a spectacle out of things in the middle of town.
I'm gonna look at Rock and be like, "Are you understand what we're doing today? Are you okay with this? You ready to? Are you gonna be there for us, doing what we need you to do?"
Hags, crush hags,
Yeah.
kill hags.
Okay.
They
Just
hurt
making sure.
Pebble. And no, I'm just, yeah.
Yeah, they
They're
killed
quite
Dragnar's brother.
confidently the root of a lot of suffering. I'll give you that.
and
Oh,
potentially a lot more.
we will be the cause of their suffering.
I fully
Okay.
intend on being there with you for that one.
So, do we want to stay together or make two small groups, and then using our skills and the network and all that, kind of try to cause as much distraction as possible?
If we're gonna split up, we should have a plan for being able to get back together. I would say, like I guess the Central Harvest would be the place for it. Like if,
Yeah.
and then, yeah, I'm okay with that.
We could do two groups or group two, multiple groups of two, and then attack the smaller temples, doing whatever, and then say by noon we'll meet up at the, or maybe 11 to get more people there. That way at noon when everyone's leaving, there's less people going to be interfering with them.
So guerrilla warfare for at first, and then all-out conflict.
Pretty much. And between, Sej and Brock and Al's abilities with magic, they can, well, we've seen them communicate over great distances. As long as one of them is with one of us, we can still communicate with one another.
Rock will say, "Ooh, ooh, 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 ooh. I have the perfect," and he will just flop down, flip open his book. He's like, he'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 2 more people. 2 more people. Two people. Two.
What
Yeah, Isos
for?
will. We're gonna be in each other's heads.
Out of character, I'm like, ah, fuck.
Rock, what?
we like,
We're gonna be in each other's heads.
well,
I'm gonna know what you're thinking. You're gonna know what I'm thinking. At least I think that's how it
Count me
works.
out, Rock. I don't want to be in that fucking cobweb of chaos.
yeah. Is this like something we could?
But we could talk. We could like without opening
Yeah,
our
but I
mouth.
don't want like other people's thoughts just like pouring into my head. It's
No, no,
like,
no, 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 no. Like I will still be able to think of, wow, Davis is really weak compared to Karos as much as I want. He won't know it unless I send it.
I mean, you're
Listen
not
up.
making a good case for me saying yes to this here.
Okay, well then I will say that. Okay, I can think that. Damn, Dragnar needs to keep his beard like that as much forever.
That I'm on board with.
Rinsing out the thimble, I'm gonna say, I'm in. I'll try that.
Uh, well, there are 6 of us. I'm talking to the main group. You know, I can't say your name. Me and Davis are kind of in your face guys. Sej, Al, and Rock, you're kind of behind. So if we team up like that, I think only Al and Sej need to be included with Rock.
It sounds like he's got more than enough though.
But the thing is like, okay, yes, I could do that, but I'm wasting potential. 8 people. If I understand magic, I can get 8. You know what? He's just gonna start booping people on the head. It's like you. He ignores you, Dragnar. Boop, hits you. Isos bunk and
Barchester.
Buckley.
I was like, yeah. Will it work on Barchester?
I mean, he doesn't speak a language, so I don't know that would it would actually work.
But he
I
can
don't
just
know.
hear some people like, good boy. I can just send one of
I
He
those
can
every 30
speak
minutes.
dog.
and he'll just go to Zork. And I don't want to look up if he can do a dog. I don't think a dog has enough intelligence. They probably do actually,
I thought
but
you have
he
to
will
share
just.
a language. I thought.
You forge a telepathic link among up to 8 willing creatures of your choice within range, psychically linking each creature to all others for the duration. Creatures with an intelligence of 2 or less are not affected by the spell. Until the spell ends,
Oh,
the target
whether or
can
not they have a
communicate.
common language.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Barchester, your comms are open.
Yeah. He's like, so this will just be for like the hour. So when we go out, come back. And I mean, if you give me time, I can keep doing it. It's gonna take time.
But what is? Oh, yeah, okay, sure, sure. It'll help us stay in touch, so sure.
Yeah. So
I'm
he's like,
I'm
okay.
very scared of what's gonna happen, but
Ah, it's gonna
It's
be
not like you'll be getting my memories or anything crazy. Would that be like
No, we'll just be able to talk. Like instead
just
of,
communication? Yeah, I'm definitely in.
and you'll just see Rock instead of like moving it. He's just moving his mouth without saying anything. He'll just be like in there.
Oh,
I,
it's already
I, thi-
happened.
I think I'm gonna kick your ass, Rock.
I haven't cast the spell yet, so I can't confirm that's what you were thinking.
Oh, I thought
Ha!
I thought you booped us on the head already. So
Oh, he was just picking people, but it'll say yeah. So he'll take a little piece of eggshell, stick it
I'm
to all
gonna
your foreheads.
I'm gonna smirk at Rock and say in my head, I think he's going to kick your ass.
Rock will kind of respond, no, he's definitely going to kick my ass. That's why I'm going to try not to think about him. And
I
then,
started thinking about all the ways I can bend his limbs the wrong way.
Guys, he hasn't cast the spell yet.
we'll say that.
I don't know that. I don't know how magic
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
He said he hadn't cast the spell yet.
So he will go through the ritual because hey, guess what? Telepathic bond is a 5th level ritual.
That's insane.
No.
That's pretty
So for the next,
hondo.
yeah, for the next, he could just keep it up.
Yeah,
if
and
we,
it's no consumed component cost either.
So for the next hour, y'all are basically connected by a distance does not matter as long as you're on the same plane of existence. Essentially, I think it is.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys can just basically text one another.
Although,
Time for me to use the heart
I
stuff.
was
Now
gonna
this
say,
fucking thing.
yeah, Dragnar's got the fucking mute button.
He's like,
It's a finicky mute button. I don't know how well you've read the Hearthstone item because you can't choose to be where you want to be all the time anymore.
it's updated to be balanced, more balanced, I should say.
Although I guess if you use all your charges in one go, I think you can essentially control it for the whole
Yeah,
thing.
he can't roll less than a 1, so he's got to get it. All right. So yeah, so you guys all are, including with Esos and Zor, telepathically bonded for the next hour. And this is definitely when for those of you that are high, I don't know how well you'll be able to turn it off.
Well, that's what I was just getting ready to say. If they're
What?
high and they're telepathically linked to us, what the fuck are we getting?
It's gonna be a ride.
Damn.
So
Who
have
was
fun,
it? It was
boys.
Buckley, Al, and
Barchester.
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 But Barchester's not
So
part
Al's drugged ass is in my head. I'm like, dude, that's gross.
Because wait, Buckley. Wait, so I don't remember. So was Buckley also a bard?
A bard.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a sneaky folk. You never really figured out
Okay.
what he is.
The reason I asked is my Buckley was a bard, so
Okay, gotcha.
I wasn't sure
Okay.
if that carried over. I was gonna say we got the two damn bards singing in our heads now.
Yeah, basically.
He's a rogue thief assassin.
Yeah. So
Telepathic duet. You're welcome.
Harmonize with me, Buckley.
Al's thinking about all the things he's going to seduce.
cracking the whip.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, definitely y'all are bonded. Esos will be like in your heads. It's like, oh, this is okay. You can hear me, I think. Hi, hello, Menagerie, and Zorba like,
Hi.
The hell?
yeah,
Hello.
hello. Nice trick, Rock. Oh wait, I
Davis,
can
look
think that.
moving.
Hello.
There you go.
It
Hello?
takes you guys a little while to get used to it, but yes, you are bonded. Al, you can do whatever the hell you want, man.
Hello?
Al.
Davis.
Weird. This is weird.
What's kind of silly is that they don't actually say how much you can talk in a second, right? It's a mental thought, so you can potentially just have like full conversations in a matter of moments, as fast as you can think it. So,
Is it gonna get dangerous?
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
I'm going to try something. I'm gonna get. Let's see, who's gonna be my victim here?
Do you
I'll
think
I'll
who's
do
video?
Sedge.
Okay.
Ooh.
So I'm going to start using the signing gloves at the same time that I say the same thing and see if he gets reverb.
You're so evil to him.
So, but the
I
way
would.
that the signing gloves, he hears it in his own voice. With the telepathic one, he hears it in your voice.
Like I'm thinking the same thing that he's saying to me at the time that I'm thinking it.
Yeah, basically, it's just like a total like.
We'll do check 1 2 check 1 2 3.
You should think of something different and sign something different.
Oh
Yeah.
God, that might break my own brain.
Yeah, that's actually just kind of that's like fucking, patting your head and rubbing your stomach. That's like just hard to do sometimes.
In 2 different
Why?
languages.
Yeah.
Yeah, and why not while twisting your ankle at the same time, or whatever it is, rotating ankle. I was just like, jeez. Okay. Um. So, you guys have until midday, sun straight up in the middle of the sky. I have all confidence that your sun friend Sedge will know exactly when that is.
Oh yes.
Until then, we'll be trying to get people ready to, well, west side is likely the best chance out. Might as well try to go for the lower portions, so southern side. Just make the exit as easy as possible and not having to involve them crossing the river, right?
Everyone just hears the a sound of a fart noise in their heads, and I'm just looking around and seeing who's reacting.
All Snickers.
I'll have a harsh glare because I'm very acute to smell.
Oh no.
Oh, but here's the thing. It's like, do they know who did that? Is kind of what Davis is thinking. He's like, can anybody
Uh,
tell that I put that thought out there? I'm curious.
the communication is possible over any distance, though it cannot extend to. I would imagine that it's intended so that the source of the communication is understood. But if it's just a sound, y'all are not familiar with the spell yet, so I'll say it's just like yeah, exactly like a mystery.
It's like a fart in an
So,
elevator. It's like, what?
so okay. So menagerie. Until the sun hits this highest point of the day, we will convince, or we will see who all has gathered, and as adventure leaguers, we will take them south and to the west of town, and hopefully manage to find, you know, flaws in their patrol and perimeter. Until then, good luck.
Thanks.
Usos, do be safe. I wish to see you again after.
It'd be nice to see all of
Aces.
you again.
I had two questions for you, but can we continue the conversation while we're walking different ways? Let's do that.
Oh wow, you're right.
Oh shit.
Wait, we shouldn't even be speaking at all now. We should just do this, right? And then, like, from now on, Davis is not saying a word. It's all in his head, all from just his thoughts. Like, this is just way better, right?
Oh shit, that's awesome. Wait.
Well, but
And then
we could
we'll
all
hit
of us here,
again
so we can't
and
really
on
have
and on.
private conversations, right? So it's just kind of everybody.
It's you blanket it to the bond. Bleh.
True. But
Cool.
at least we will be able to avoid listening ears for the duration.
Exactly.
Rock will be like, I mean, I can redo it in about an hour. Just
Wait,
whoever's
does it only
quicker.
last an hour?
Duration's an hour,
Oh, okay. Well, that gives us
I
some time.
think, right?
No, it
Um,
is. Yeah, I
Yes,
was just
yeah.
acting in character.
yeah, about an hour. Yeah. So we'll
Oh,
probably need to do it like uh, 4 or so times to compass the time that we'll require till
so like
go
every hour
time.
we gotta meet back up. Do we even need to be
Yeah.
close?
Yeah, 30. Oh,
Within
I mean,
30 feet. I'll say we need to be within the same room at least.
Okay.
But then once it's reestablished, we can again.
Let's not stress it too much. It's useful now anyway.
Right. Well, clock's ticking now, though. So,
Well,
shall we?
1 second. I'm gonna pull out the map, the crude
Oh
map I
shit,
have of the
Dragnar!
city.
You didn't hear any of this. We were just talking in our heads. Hey, yeah, you're missing out, bud.
No, I heard it.
Wait, did you do it to him? Rock?
Yeah. I booped him.
Oh,
Got an
okay.
eggshell on his head.
Okay.
So I will pull out the crude drawing of the city that I have, and I will start marking off the locations of the temples that I know, Adam.
Sure.
And then that way we can decide who is going with who to which temple and how we're going to kind of progress through the city.
Okay. Very well. Essentially, you guys can kind of just, there are enough of the temples and that have been kind of made into the Mother of Bounty that you guys can kind of imagine any path, and you will essentially be able to work your way in any direction that you guys see fit. So is the goal to go start at the east and then come to the west and then sync up with people? Is the goal what would be the goal here?
I would say there's going to be 3 groups of 2, or are we doing 2 groups of 3?
Maximum coverage. Let's go. We can talk all we want.
Yeah.
So
I
one
would say,
groups of one. Got it. Okay.
okay. No, so I was thinking 3 groups of 2, and it's kind of like one group goes to where we're at, goes west, one group just goes central, and then the other one goes east, and we just kind of make our way towards the tree.
Okay, so let's do this then. Who's grouped with who? So we'll just put the Castor Boys down here. Who's going with who? Okay, so something like that. Okay. Okay. Very well. So let's, for the sake of how the session will go, just because I am, checking on Anita, and we also have a cousin over. Let's go ahead and do multiple breaks. We'll try to take a break like every hour so I can check in on people. Let's do a quick break. Let's be back at 10,
20?
20. Yeah, 10:22 at the latest or so.
Sure.
Cool. And then we'll figure out what you guys are going to be doing. Sweet, sweet.